My team does a great job in like all the cards, even though some of the cards are a little harder to get.
Yeah, yeah.
Every home game's an occasion here in Orlando. It can be a circus. David, thanks. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for James.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now Sacramento starting 5. We've got Kelly Oubre, Lowry out there with Bogdanovich, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Davis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Magic, LeBron James is out there with Davis Bertans. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Hunter, and it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. On defense, the Kings. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Bledsoe. 2 pretty high-level defensive teams tonight, Doris. Is that due to talent, scheme, or hustle, or what do you attribute it to?
I think, Kevin, you just named the 3 things that are prerequisites to being a great defensive unit. Number 1, you have got to have individual talent that is suited athletically to guard. Number 2, you've got to have a great scheme that the coach has put in position. How are you guarding the pick and roll? Do you want a top block? Do you want to get out and challenge? Are you switching the pick and roll? And a lot of that comes down to, do you want to be great? Are you going to lay it all out there? Are you going to sacrifice your body? All of those things are a necessity.
James misses.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Lowry has the open look, trains the three-pointer.
Well, this is a quality decision maker in Kyle Lowry. Catch and shoot, no problem.
The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The drive by...
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Now, here's Lowry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. Fires for 3. Shot clock reset for Sacramento. James against Oubre. Shot clock at 6. Lowry inside the line. That one wide left.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Free throw good, James.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
Now, here's Lowry. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
James against Oubre. LeBron kicks to Lopez. Shoots over McGee. Bank shot. No good. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Here's LeBron following the basket by Anthony Davis. James looking around. Oh, my goodness! Wow. What a play!
How intimidating it must be when LeBron is bearing down on the rack like that.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. McGee trying to break free. Can't cash in from close range. And there's the pass to LeBron. Back to Bertans. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. There Tennis passes to Hunter.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that possession.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Orlando Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more NBA.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Sacramento, we've got Davis. JaVale McGee is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Lowry. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2. James against Bogdanovich. James kicks to Bertans. McGee with the block. Bledsoe against Lowry. Stolen by Bledsoe. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. That shot misses. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought, Greg, they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That's going to send LeBron James to the line. It's on Kelly Oubre. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion. And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Here's James. Sacramento grabs the miss. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oubre on the wing. Back to Davis. Oubre outside. Clock at 6. Bogdanovich finds McGee. Here's Oubre. Good on the triple. Oubre's got the lead up to 2 now for the Kings. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words what he is able to do on the basketball field?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Lowry dishes to Bogdanovich from outside the arc. And no good that time. And Orlando will come the other way.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Lowry against Bledsoe. Here's the teardrop. Lowry passes to Davis. Over Lopez. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
And the Magic, one of those franchises that's still looking for its first title.
And Greg, they've been to the NBA Finals twice, but boy, did they run up against 2 of the all-time great individual closers in history. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon says no to the Magic. 2009, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant says, no, sir, I'm getting another championship.
Now, here's Bogdanovich, guarded closer. Lowry from outside, but they get it back. And it's slammed in by Davis.
just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Oubre against James. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at James, what a contribution.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Now, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
They've got Bledsoe. LeBron James is out there with Davis Bertans. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Hunter in at the two-guard spot. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. A three from Bogdanovich. And it's Orlando with the rebound. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And that one's good. James. You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized, but would you like to have that guy pick you up at 94 feet, be in your grill and in your face like he gives no quarter, he gives no concessions? If he were checking Kevin Harlan, my goodness, you'd have a long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Lopez outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, if you allow Lopez to get that kind of touch, it's really hard to guard the 7-footer without fouling him, Kevin.
Lopez hits them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. The teardrop falls in. Lowry's got 8.
I tell you, this guy just loves having the ball in his hands, Kevin, and why not when Lowry can make moves like that? I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality.
For the lead. That shot off the mark, and the Kings going the other way now. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And Bogdanovich kicks to McGee. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter of the game. Oubre on the wing. James covering. And Kyle Lowry, Doris, never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
James against Oubre. Vertanes passes to Lopez. The Magic need to get a shot off here. The shot's good from LeBron.
I don't know how it's possible for a player to keep getting better with age, but as LeBron said, he's like fine wine, baby.
Lowry dishes to Davis. Now here's Bogdanovich. He's guarded closely. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. McGee's got the lead up to 4 now for the Kings.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
Don't give LeBron James a lane to the hoop because he will be ruthless in his attack. He takes advantage anytime he sees daylight.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lowry kicks to Oubre. Outside, Bogdanovich. Shoots. They get the rebound.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Kings on top, up by 4. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. We've got Bogdanovich. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Oubre, and it's Lowry in at the 1. Bertzinus, the pass to James. James with another miss.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Davis finds Lowry. LeBron against Oubre. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And now it's a 9-point Kings lead. And the Magic shooting around 41% on the night. Bledsoe passes to Bertens. Lopez outside. Here's Hunter. Drops in the tray.
You know this, Kevin. If you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
Davis up top. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Oubre against James. To the paint and stolen by Hunter. It's LeBron with the drive and the dunk by James.
If you're going to step in front of LeBron James, we're going to question your sanity. Just a freak of nature.
Bounce pass, Bogdanovich. Lowry against Bledsoe. Davis gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 14 points for Anthony Davis.
When Kyle Lowry is aggressive as a playmaker, his team goes to a different level.
Oubre against LeBron. Pass to Bertans. A second chance effort, and he sinks the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Davis down low. Lopez is there, and they pick up 2. And that's 13 points for Kyle Lowry.
Well, no fear in Kyle Lowry's game. This guy is happy to take it inside and seek you out.
James against Oubre. LeBron drives in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kelly Oubre.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Well, how about a multi-time champion and a multi-time MVP, and LeBron James continues to dominate. It truly is special to watch.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And Davis puts it in.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 7. 1:04 left to play in the final quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. See if they've got enough left to get over the top.
And we saw this in the national title game. Hunter embracing the moment and delivering in the clutch.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Berton.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Solid in transition. Hunter's eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside Lowry. Pass to Davis. Over Lopez. Good.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backboard.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 5. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
No good from Bledsoe.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.